CPD for me. It's mandatory CPD, practical and relevant.
What I'm going to talk about today is how to engage in the dismissal process. Hopefully you don't have to do so, but if you do it in a way that will minimise unfair dismissal claims and having to front the Fair Work Commission. The aim of my presentation is to minimise the risks of claims and to ensure that they're handled properly, termination and unfair dismissal, and also to provide practical examples from cases and the lessons that are in fact learnt in respect of those issues. Criteria for determining unfair dismissal. Now, there's a checklist essentially in section 387, and the cases all tend to go through this checklist and tick them off to determine whether or not all the criteria has been met for determining unfair dismissal. Now, listed on the slide, you'll see the first is, was there a valid reason for the dismissal related to capacity or conduct? Was the person notified of that reason? Now, the Commission in that case found the termination was harsh because it failed to take into account the potential that the employee would be given a full medical clearance by a certain date in the future. And it was also unjust because the employee again was not given the opportunity to respond. And further, the termination was seen as unreasonable because it was based on a proposition that the contract had ended by frustration. There may be many reasons for their behaviour, or there may not be, but it's much better to put the allegations and hear the explanation then and there rather than be confronted with an unfair dismissal claim on the basis that there was some exculpating matter that explained the bad behaviour. This was a baggage handler. He'd been employed for just over a year. He was a casual. Again, one wonders how he could bring an unfair dismissal claim, but he could because even though he was called a casual, he was employed on a regular and systematic basis. Take home from all that is document matters, make sure there's proper processes in place, and don't assume that because people haven't completed the minimum employment period, they can't bring some other action. My conclusion is that preventative law is like preventative medicine, as I've indicated. It's very important, I think, that we encourage our employer clients to seek ongoing advice, get help in drafting letters.
I hope you enjoyed this session today from CPD4Me. Continuing professional development should be about learning new things, about challenging yourself to learn and grow, about finding better ways to do the things that you do every day.